Hey, what's up, you guys? So, it's like almost 11 a.m. I've been trying to take this video all day. I've taken it like 3 times, but my son keeps getting all crazy and having me stop. And so finally I've got them like settled and they're playing and they're calm for now. Anyway, hi. Today is week 8 with my Spironolactone for acne. And week 7 using differin gel. So I am no longer taking 100 milligrams a day. I'm taking 50 milligrams a day because last week I had an incident. If you guys saw my last video, you saw that I was getting dizzy and all that weird stuff. Well, I had another incident where I almost went to urgent care because I felt like I was battling like blacking out and a heart attack at the same time, and it was so scary. So I saw my dermatologist yesterday, and she was not concerned at all. The sun just came out really bright. She was not concerned at all, and you know, it's the most common side effect, but I think I was on a very high dose, which she did explain to me that she wanted to put me on a higher dose and work our way down. Excuse me. So she wants me to continue taking 50 milligrams a day. So I take my 50 milligram pill, because they're 50 milligram pills, and I split it in half, and I take it one in the morning and then one at night. So I haven't had any side effects so far, but then again, I didn't really get any side effects for almost 7 weeks when I was taking 100 milligrams. I don't know why. I think that's kind of odd, but whatever, here I am. So everything has been going really good. So if you saw my last video, I told you guys like my skin felt like it was wanting to break out. And that was like really frustrating because I knew that the spironolactone was really helping with keeping my oil production down and fighting those androgen hormones, which are like testosterone and stuff. But like, even though I didn't have like big pimples, like I haven't had any cysts, which is in itself is amazing. But I was getting like these little zits that would come to surface and then go away in less than a couple days, but they would still leave a scar, which would last like a week or so. And it was just driving me crazy because I was like, and then my pores looked bigger, and the scars that I did have were like more pigmented. But some days it would look like it does now, flat and nice and pretty, and like, what? Like, why are some days different than others? So anyway, I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience. He does a podcast on YouTube. He has so many smart people on there, super entertaining. But he had Dr. Rhonda Patrick on. He's had her on multiple times, but she was talking about the benefits of a time restrictive diet. And I'm not trying to lose weight, and she wasn't talking about the benefits. She wasn't focusing on the benefits of losing weight and gaining muscle mass and stuff, but just what it does to the body itself. So I'm doing a 8 to 16 hour fast. So I fast for 16 hours of the day, and I eat all my food and drink all my coffee or tea or whatever in an 8-hour window. So basically I wake up at 7 a.m. and I do not eat until 10 a.m. and no coffee, no nothing, has to be only water. That is a little tough because you do get, I don't really have appetite in the morning, but I do love my coffee or tea in the morning. Like either one, I don't even care, I just need something. So that kind of is a little tough. And then you stop eating at 6 p.m. I go to bed at 8:30, so that's not huge. That's not really a big deal for me either. So it hasn't been too hard, but I've also been on a very strict paleo diet, so I've taken out all grains All carbs, well, not all carbs, but like bread, pasta, and stuff like that. There's still carbs in like sweet potatoes and avocados and stuff like that, but I've taken out all table sugar. So that has made a huge difference. I've really noticed. And what it's intermediate fasting, time restrictive eating. It's the same thing basically. It just depends on who you're talking to. But that when you do that, it puts your body in what's called an autophagy, which is basically your body is eating itself, but it's producing brand new cells. It's repairing your DNA. It's repairing neurons in the brain. It's doing so much good stuff to your body. And the moment that you put food in your mouth or anything, black coffee, tea with no sugar or no cream or anything like that, if you put anything that your stomach works on besides water, it kicks on the metabolic system and it switches over. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about that because yeah, I did take some notes. Anytime that I watch something informative like that, I have to take notes. Otherwise, I won't retain it, and then it's like I kind of know about it, but I don't know because I didn't write it down. Hold on one second. Sorry, my kids were way too quiet. And you know how that is when they're way too quiet. You're like, wait a minute. But they're just sitting there playing with their trains. Interesting. Okay. So anyway. So carbs, insulin, and acne. So this might be a little dry and boring, but it's really interesting. So when you consume carbs like bread, pasta, fruit, and soda, carbs are converted into glucose and it enters the bloodstream. Glucose is sugar the body uses for fuel. And due to insulin resistance, the pancreas releases massive amounts of insulin, a hormone used to lower blood sugar, and deliver glucose to the cells that need it. The insulin triggers the release of 3 other hormones. And these hormones, they block pores, produce excess skin oil, and trigger inflammation. Intermediate fasting, same thing as time restrictive eating, keeps insulin levels down, depletes your glycogen storage, and decreases insulin resistance. It also decreases inflammation. So chronic inflammation is one of the core drivers behind acne. The reason this occurs is most modern diets are extremely high in pro-inflammatory foods, like vegetable oils and processed foods. And time-restrictive eating has shown to suppress pro-inflammatory proteins and produce anti-inflammatory gut hormones. And this double effect can significantly reduce your acne. Also, intermediate fasting promotes better sleep. And we all know sleep deprivation can cause acne. And that's because it releases a hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is the fight or flight hormone. So it puts your body into like a stress, and it increases insulin resistance, weakens digestive system, and makes you more acne prone. Also, a bad night's sleep has shown to increase insulin resistance the next day, further attributing to your acne. Poor sleep leads to poor immune health and decreased inflammatory chemicals that worsen existing pimples. Numerous studies have shown that simply shortening the window of the time you eat can promote a healthy circadian rhythm, and I'll talk more about that. When your time-restrictive eating protects you from free radicals, has been shown to increase oxidative stress resistance and help fight against damage by free radicals. It also leads to lower levels of IGF-1, which is the growth hormone that triggers the production of new cells throughout the body. Oh, my paper just fell off. So the triggers to IGF-1 are insulin and carbohydrates, dairy, and chronic stress. It causes overproduction of sebum oil, overproduction of skin cells that rise to the surface and clog pores, and decrease ability to handle oxidative stress. And there are a few types of intermediate fasting, time restrictive eating, whatever. I do the simplest one because some of them are pretty intense. Like, I don't know if I could do any of these. There's a 5 to 2, fasting 2 days a week. There's alternate day fasting where you do every other day. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Kids fighting. So you can fast 1 day per week. I still think that's like, it's too extreme. I do the 16 to 8 where you fast for 16 hours a day and then you eat all your food in an 8-hour period. So I wake up 7 and I don't eat until 10, and then I stop eating around 6:30. So yeah, like that, I've been doing that for like, I've been doing that for a week now, and I have noticed like my skin just seems so happy, like it's not trying to break out at all. So everything's like really healing, which is crazy. And also I've noticed my mood has been really good, like it's totally increased. I have more patience with my kids and just everything in general. I don't know. I feel really great. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but after he watched those videos, he's like, oh shit, this is legit. Like, they even did studies on mice where they had the same diet. They gave these mice fat and like high sugar and high carb diet. And one set was, they left the food out, like let them eat basically whenever they wanted. And the other were on a time restricted eating diet. And the ones that were on the time restricted eating, they didn't have any like they weren't obese, they didn't get any tumors, they weren't getting any the ones that were just eating all the time had like their livers and their organs were tough and stuff. And doing the time restrictive eating was like redoing all that, because it gives your body the time to like really heal itself. So you hear about these people who go on like these all meat carnivore diets who have like autoimmune diseases, and they see all these decreases in symptoms, and it's really great. Well, Dr. Rhonda Patrick did a paper. It's like a 30-page paper about how it's more likely that it's because of their fasting, because they're not eating as much and they're not eating, like they're basically doing intermittent fasting that is helping their body like basically kickstart. So yeah, super crazy. She also talks about how there's something in broccoli and Brussels sprouts and kale, and there's other vegetables, cauliflower, that whole family of vegetables. They have something called sulforaphane, and it has been shown to like help your brain, reverse basically like aging and Alzheimer's and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, seriously, it is so crazy. That's like a whole other subject. Same with exercise. Like, forget about like what it does to your body, like physically. Like, the stuff that it does for your brain is so crazy. It's so good for you. It's so good for you to push yourself to that uncomfortable point where you're sweating, and it does so much good stuff for the brain. I'm going to talk about all that stuff in a later video, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm doing and just kind of maybe motivate you guys to do some research of your own about time restrictive eating and the benefits of it. Because if you're struggling with acne and you really want to just kick it in the ass without medication, I think this is a great try. So yeah, that's basically it for now. I'll probably be uploading a couple more videos, not about skin relating, more about, oh god, someone's fighting. Okay. more videos later. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and leave me a comment. Bye guys.